KVAQ-TV is brought to you in part by the Student Union Department. Vaquero Boots and Barbecue returns for the second year in a row as part of Homecoming Week. The event will feature live music from Red, a Taylor Swift tribute band, Eros Garcia Country Band, country line dancing and games, and activities, as well as free food, while supplies last. Vaquero's Boots and Barbecue will take place from 6 to 10 p.m. Wednesday, February 12th at the Quad on the Edinburgh campus. More information is available at utrgv.edu/homecoming.
Coming up, after a fatal shooting last year, one Texas lawmaker is pushing for stronger gun regulations within state libraries. Plus, is your relationship healthy or toxic? How to spot the red flags in minutes. And with the football season approaching, here is more on the need-to-know details for game days and new Valley Native signees. KVAQ-TV starts now. Hello, Vaqueros. Happy Monday. I'm Alexandra Salazar. This is the fourth spring edition of KVAQ-TV. Today is Monday, February 10th, and today we will be having a scavenger hunt. Letters will appear throughout the newscast, and you must figure out the word. The first 3 students from Edinburgh and Brownsville campus to email us the secret word will win a prize for 2. Email us at tv@utrgv.edu. Now, let's take a look at our top story. As thousands of bills seek approval amidst the 2025 Texas legislature, a local representative proposes a new bill that aims to regulate the carrying of firearms in the state libraries. Victor, what can you tell us about House Bill 1138?
Written by District 38 Representative Erin Games, House Bill 1138 would allow local governments to prohibit firearms in county-operated libraries. KVAQ-TV spoke with Representative Games to learn more about this bill.
With safety at the forefront, a new bill aims to offer municipalities more options to prevent gun violence, starting in libraries.
We are not in any way, shape, or form banning anyone's Second Amendment right to carry or interfering with that. We are simply saying, look, your local municipality, for example, the city who runs the library, should be able to decide based on their in tune, on the ground discussions with their constituents, whether or not to allow individuals to openly or concealedly carry in a public library.
Government officials and security officers would still be allowed to carry firearms if House Bill 1138 were to be enacted in a municipality. Games says this comes in response to a fatal shooting that took place last year in Brownsville's public library main branch premises.
On May 11, 2024, we had the very tragic and challenging passing of Vaid Kalari. It was a senseless death that occurred at our Brownsville Public Library. And this bill actually came from discussions from multiple constituents asking me, Erin, can you please try to file something to shed light on this issue?
According to Brownsville police, a verbal altercation between 33-year-old Humberto Paz and 71-year-old Vaid Kaledi resulted in Paz fatally shooting Kaledi. The cause of the argument is unknown. As of the airing of this newscast, the city of Brownsville has not issued a statement on House Bill 1138.
As the Texas legislature is still ongoing, more updates on House Bill 1138 will come. For KVAQ-TV in Brownsville, Victor Ortega.
In a month meant to celebrate relationships, one UTRGV counselor is now sharing a few tips to check if your relationship is healthy or not. Perla, what red flags should we look for?
The Centers for Disease Control reports that 56% of men have experienced dating violence sexually and physically before turning 25 since 2024. The World Health Organization also did research that states about 19 million women experience dating violence by the time they turn 20. However, dating violence is more common with women as stated by the CDC. According to the Complex Post-Traumatic Stress Disorder Foundation, the invasion of privacy, gaslighting, and undermining an individual's confidence are one of the many signs that someone might be in a toxic relationship. And if no action is taken after a period of time in that situation, the victim will experience loss of self-worth, anxiety, and depression. UTRGV licensed counselor and therapist Carmen Villegas shares it is important to be attentive for any red flags that could indicate patterns in behavior, such as being controlling or being verbally and physically abusive.
It's a little harder to get out of a relationship because of that idea that I've been in this relationship for so long, everything that I've done, we've been through so much together. especially if there's been threats or other behaviors that can be a little concerning. When something doesn't feel right within yourself, then that could be, your body telling you that, hey, this is uncomfortable, this is not safe. I would reach out to people that you can trust, family members and friends that are that you can trust, that can kind of help you navigate this kind of like separation in a way that can keep you safe from harm.
Villegas advises to be mindful of what is being posted on social media and to keep your information and location private when leaving a toxic relationship. If you or someone you know may be in an abusive situation, contact the Office for Victim Advocacy and Violence Prevention at 956-665-8287, which offers resources to find shelter and to report your case. For KVAQ-TV in Edinburgh, Perla Cortez.
Here at UTRGV. WISB's first ever UTRGV football game is set for August 30th. Here are some important dates and information with Desiree Villanueva. Desiree?
The excitement for UTRGV football is growing not only within campus but in the Valley as opening day approaches. With the football schedule release and signing day held last week, the Vaqueros are preparing for what's to come for football season.
One of our program goals is to compete for championships every year, and that'll always be the mentality. But to win a conference championship, you got to win home.
The UTRGV Athletic Department published its full list of the 2025 inaugural schedule for football season. Football joins the Southland Conference with a total of 12 games, including 7 at home in the first ever season. The Vaqueros will start their season with 4 non-conference games, their first being against Sul Ross State August 30th at home. Conference play begins September 27th against Southeastern Louisiana in an away game. The Vaqueros return to the Valley for the first home conference game against Houston Christian October 4th. Finally, finishing their season at home, the Vaqueros will play against East Texas A&M November 22nd. UTRGV Football welcomes 32 new signees for the second recruiting class for UTRGV football. Amongst the 32 signees are 2 Valley natives, offensive lineman Thomas Domain and quarterback Eddie Lee Marburger. Bush shares his thoughts on the Valley natives joining the roster.
It's good. It's always good to have local guys that people know. Eddie's a household name around here. So able to get them back. We made a run at a couple that we didn't get, and that went other schools, and that's part of it. So excited to get those guys back and have them almost a coming home mentality for them.
UTRGV football will be having a mandatory meeting on February 12th for any full-time UTRGV students planning on participating in the official walk-on tryouts February 19th. For KVAQ-TV in Edinburgh, Desiree Villanueva.
Trials will be held on the UTRGV football practice fields, just located behind the construction of the new Vaqueros Performance Center. It's a busy time for most flower shops this week. A florist in Mission shows KVAQ-TV how its flower shop prepares for Valentine's.
Flowers by Loli was founded in the 1990s when Loli Lopez established a flower shop in her home. Years later, Loli's husband built a shop that continues to stand till this day. A mother-daughter relationship, Ana and Ileana Goldsman are the current owners of the shop and descendants of Loli Lopez. Both shared that they received over 200 orders of customized flower arrangements during the week of Valentine's Day.
There's process for flowers up until like 2 weeks, which is like cleaning your flowers, processing your flowers, making sure that, they're all processed with the correct chemicals so that they last longer, that they're cut, that the buckets are nice and clean, the water's clean, so that there's no bacteria. And then, like I said, the week of Valentine's Day, we just start preparing the arrangements, and they go out anywhere from the 12th all the way to the 14th, sometimes the 15th.
A florist from the shop commented that they get their flowers from different states of the country and even outside of the U.S., like Ecuador or Mexico, depending on the availability of flowers like roses or lilies. Eliana adds the florists challenge themselves with custom orders.
The most challenging arrangement that we've made is usually for funeral arrangements. We had to do a chicken rooster. We had to make a rooster out of flour, and it looked very realistic. We've also made a horse head. We've also made a guitar, a baseball, basketballs. We made one for Elvis Presley. We usually try our best to execute that challenge.
Society of American Florists shared the following tips to take care of flowers so they don't die. If the flowers are in a vase, make sure the water is filled and to add the flower food provided by your florist. If the mixed flower solution is cloudy, make sure to replace it with new flower food and water. To ensure the flower does not dry out quickly, Cut an inch or two from the stem with a knife and ensure your flowers are in a cool, dry area. Flowers by Lolly offers a wide range of flowers to order such as tulips, peonies, and carnations. For KVAQ-TV in Edinburgh, Perla Cortez.
Homecoming is a week-long tradition that aims to bring everyone in UTRGV together to celebrate the university legacy. With activities such as burning of the letters, vaquero boots and barbecue, homecoming block party, and athletics games, students will have many opportunities to join in on the celebrations. Homecoming started last Friday, but it runs until February 17th, and you can find more information at utrgv.edu/homecoming. If you have not yet figured out the mystery word, here's one final letter. Thank you for joining us, vaqueros. Watch us on VCast monitors and on social media. For KVAQ-TV, Alexander Salazar. V's up.